Hallo, god kveld alle sammen. Det er jeg. Jeg kjører hjemme. Jeg lagde ikke videoen i morges fordi været var dårlig. Så bestemte meg for å lage videoen nå. Det var veldig kaldt i morges. Jeg glemte paraplyen min inne bilen min. Så måtte jeg gå fra huset mitt til fot til parkeringsplassen. Parkeringsplassen mitt ligger omtrent 5 eller 6 minutter unna til fots fra huset mitt. Så var det kaldt. Jævlig kaldt. I dag vil jeg fortelle dere om hvorfor og hvordan jeg lærer norsk. Det var litt morsomt historie, så jeg vil fortelle dere. Så jeg skal snakke i engelsk for nå. So let me switch to English. So yeah, I'm sorry if it's a bit dark outside. Actually, it's very dark outside. So yes, and if you see me a bit distracted, it's because I'm driving in the dark, both avoiding police and avoiding crazy drivers, so I can get home in one piece. So I want to tell you guys a short story of how I ended up studying Norwegian, as well as how I started studying Norwegian. So it began in 2020, right when the pandemic started. I was waiting to move to Japan because I just got a job offer. So, but because of the pandemic, I couldn't do anything. So I ended up just staying home. And during that time, I was playing this video game called Elite Dangerous. It's a video games about, spaceships and space explorations. You can do pretty much anything you want in that game. So yeah, I played a lot of that game, and in that game I have this ship operator. So it's like a small AI device that handle, maintain, greet me, do everything when I'm actually piloting the ship. And my operator, I think it was called operator, I might be wrong here, but yeah, you know what I mean. So my system actually spoke in Norwegian accent. I think her name was Celeste with a C. Wait, I think all Celeste is with a C. So yeah, so because of that, I thought to myself, oh, I like that accent, it's a Norwegian accent. So maybe I might like the language too. And that led me to, search on YouTube, like how the language sounds. And I ended up on this small YouTube channel called Norwegian Pod 101, I believe. Yeah, they have these like Pod 101 kind of YouTube channel for almost every language you can imagine. And I listened a bit, and I kind of fell in love with the sound of the language. And so I thought to myself, hey, the language is not so difficult for an English speaker to learn. and even the strange grammatical rules that Norwegian use that is different or that are different from English, they are actually quite similar to Japanese. So, since I'm familiar with both of them, I decided that, hey, why not? Let's do it. So I started learning Norwegian. So of course, as a cheap student, I didn't know, where to start. So I went to Google and I started typing like free Norwegian course and free Norwegian lesson. And I ended up on this website called norwegianabc.com. That was a godsend. I love that website. And if anybody wants to, study or learn Norwegian language and they don't know where to start, that is the place I'll tell to start. It's free, it's comprehensive, it's, well, as engaging as you can get from a video course. It's very nice and it's very short. That's the best part. I think each video is like 30 minutes or something like that. So, it's very digestible, and yeah, and if you finish all, I think they have 20 or 21 lessons. If you finish all of them, you will end up with a very respectable level of, when it comes to fundamentals of the language. Of course, you won't be fluent. I believe we have established that in our first video, that you just don't get fluent that fast. So yeah, that's a very nice website. So, if you don't know where to start for Norwegian, if you're not sure whether you want to learn Norwegian or not, I can't help you there, mate. You have to find your own calling. But if you have decided that you want to, and you're not, you don't want to like spend like €1,000 or something on A0 to A1 class, then yeah, Norwegian ABC, please. That's one of the best places to go. Also, I'm not affiliated to that website. I don't even think those people know of my existence. So yeah, but I really like that website. So yeah, I spend a lot of times there, and even these days, every once in a while, I will re-listen to those videos just to remind myself of like the basic and fundamentals, grammars, and all these things. So this is how I started studying Norwegian. So I started there, but once I finished the 20 lessons, I actually start doing like self-studies with something more advanced. I read Norwegian books, I watch Norwegian shows. But yeah, I will get into those. If anybody's interested, I will make another video talking a little more in depth into those things. But yeah, that's how that's basically the reason. So there's no like grand reason. I wasn't planning to like do anything big when I started to learn Norwegian. In fact, I don't even know anything about their culture when I started that. I just like the accent of my video game character, and then I just started looking at some YouTube video, and yeah, look at me now. I mean, although I started in 2020, I took a long break because of life responsibilities, war, etc. So I actually took a break for almost a year and a half, and then I picked up the language again maybe a year and a half ago. And yeah, so I still have a long way to go, but at this point I think I'm around in the level of like B1. So yeah, so well, hopefully I improve more and more every day, and one day I'll get to use it as fluently as someone who really, I wouldn't say master the language. I mean, I'm not that ambitious. To be fair, I'm not even sure if mastering a language is even possible. But yeah, that's a conversation for another time. Yeah, so lastly, actually, one more funny thing that I want to share during my Norwegian language journey with NorwegianABC.com is the fact that the one biggest regret I have using that particular, platform, using that website, is the fact that this is a bit of a spoiler territory. So in the final available lessons, I think lesson 21, where we follow these main characters to Egypt, and then the story ended on a cliffhanger where they name dropped this new character named Amir, and they just set up for this like kind of, I don't know, lovers quarrel or something like that. And that was where that is where the lesson ended. And I couldn't find the continuation of that anywhere. I might, I don't know, actually, I scoured through the entire internet, but I failed to find out what happened to Yarn and Amir. So yeah, that, and I finally came to term that, yeah, I will probably never know what happened to Amir. So yeah, that's the biggest regrets I have using NorwegianABC.com. So whoever from Norwegian ABC, if you're listening, please give me some closure. All right, I think, I talk a little more than I should, and well, I'm still a long way to go home, but yeah, I will stop rambling here. Anyway, thank you for accompanying me today on accompanying me home from work. Thank you so much. But I think maybe tomorrow I'll stick to the morning routine. So, all right. Anyway, lykke til. Bye bye. Go away.